to appreciate in terms of the gains that have been made by STOP to ensure that those who've not been well served by existing testing and treatment initiatives get access to those services. In Liz's talk earlier on today, she highlighted that the research is clear that women are less likely to be on treatment, that women tend to start treatment later, and they seem more likely to interrupt treatment once that's started. I think where we need to be going in this next year, and again, the conversations I think that just are critical to be having as a community around this stuff, is to ask those hard questions about why this is. It isn't only that women are less likely to be on treatment, to get their treatment started later, and to be more likely to interrupt, because they haven't had the opportunity to realize how important it is to get treated and tested. That's one part. But we also need to be looking at those root causes. We need to be looking at homelessness. We need to be looking at food insecurity. We need to be looking at violence. We need to be looking at women's roles as caregivers and how those can impact access to treatment, testing, and everything else that this health system may have to offer women. But we also, I think, importantly also need to recognize the impact of the loss of hope and the loss of resources that also come with losing your children, and that those are also barriers to care all of the time for women, whether they are HIV positive or not. The STOP initiative, I think, has underscored for women and men very effectively in this community and in other places that every person who lives here and everywhere else doesn't only have a right, but I think also a responsibility in some ways to access testing and treatment. That's not necessarily a bad thing. As a mom, I've got kids at home, and I try and take it as my responsibility as well as my right to make sure that I'm getting health care so that I'm in the best position I am to look after my kids and make supper and keep a roof over their heads and all of those other things. But I think when we come together as a community, we also need to be making sure that we're asking the questions about what responsibility we have as a community to women, to ensure that women have the right to be and remain safe and healthy. It's not just the responsibility of women to get treated and tested, it's a broader responsibility that we all have to make sure that those women are well and safe all of the time. So where do we go from here? I don't know. I think we have a lot of work cut out for all of us. It's really exciting to be able to, for me, to be part of this dialogue, and I hope that we'll have more. I think I'm going to leave it there and open the floor. Thanks.
Thank you.